Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another update on the Tigard real estate market. This update will cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, April 9th. So hope you had a great Easter weekend with your family. It unfortunately was a wet one, but looks like brighter days are ahead, or sunnier days are ahead. So looking forward to that. So I'm going to share my screen with you now, go through the update with you, but always want to put a plug in for this YouTube channel. Encourage you to hit the subscribe button before you leave if you find this information valuable. I update these every few weeks, and it's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local market. So hit that subscribe button. On with the update here. So this last week, I showed we had 29 new properties come on the market in Tigard, which you can kind of see is a high for the past 8 weeks. So good amount of new listings are starting to come on the market, which is good to see. Ended the week with 136 homes in total on the market, up from the low of 122, a couple weeks back. But it's been a fairly tight range. Had a high of 148 and a low of 122. We're kind of right in the middle of that right now. The median price and days on market for the active. So we had a high of 779 8 weeks back and a low of 753. We're been kind of trending down here a little bit over the past month, but it's been fairly steady. It came in at 768,000 is most recent reading of these 136 active listings. And then days on market, kind of an up and down affair, as you can kind of see. We had a low of 61 days, a high of 72 this last week. We were at 64 days of average market time for the most recent 136 homes active on the market. Okay, moving along to pending. So this last week I showed we had 19 properties go into pending status, down a little bit from the 25 we had last week, which was a high for the past 8 weeks, as you can kind of see. So we had some good pending activity over this past 2 or 3 weeks. Ended the week with 118 homes in total in pending status, which is just down a few from the high of over the past 8 weeks of 121. 2 weeks back. The median price and days on market for those pendings, you can see we had a low of 615, and that got up to a high of 640. This last week came in just a little bit underneath that at 635. So not a huge range here in terms of the price of the pendings. And then days on market, you can kind of see that has moved around a bit. We had a high of 32 to begin with. That dropped clear down to 9 days about 5 weeks back. And then it's has risen over the past couple weeks. It's been right at 23 days. So a little over 3 weeks of average market time for these most recent 118 properties in pending status. And then lastly, we'll look at sold listings. So as of the time I put this together, showed this last week, we had 17 new closings, properties that have gone from pending to sold. And you can kind of see that's, up from last week, but down a little bit from the highs we had here, 5-6 weeks back. And when I look over the prior 4 weeks of closings on a week-by-week basis, you can kind of see we've, gone from a low of 56 to begin with 8 weeks back, and that climbed up to about 85 about a month ago. It has been coming down over this past month. This most recent reading is 66 homes have now closed over the prior 4 weeks of activity. And then the median price, days on market for the solds, has been on the rise in terms of the price. I had a low of 542, got up to 613. 2 weeks back, and then this last week dropped a little bit back to below 600 to 598,000. And then days on market, you can see that's definitely been on the decline. So we started with 30, and this last week got clear down to 5. So these most recent 66 sales, we've only had a kind of an average market time of only 5 days. So obviously, things had gotten into contract very quickly over the prior month and a half. Those are now closed. So to finish up, we'll look at weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So that started off at a little under 10 weeks of inventory. drifted down to a little under 7 weeks of inventory, and this last week popped back a little bit to just right around 8 weeks of inventory. So right now we're sitting on about based on the current amount of supply, about 2 months worth or 8 weeks of inventory based on kind of the current sales rate. And then the sales price as a percent of the original list price, you can kind of see that is trended up, had a low of 97%. And that got up to this last week just right under full asking price again. So in all, Tigard, as most areas here in the Portland area, still just kind of have a chronic low level of supply, which is definitely kind of driving prices back up and making it more of a competitive environment again for buyers. So it's definitely a seller's market environment again, and we'll see what happens through the remainder of the spring. Hopefully, we'll continue to see more new listings come on, and have more opportunities for buyers to purchase homes. So that is the most recent update. So I hope that is helpful. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. All my contact information is down below this video in the description. So feel free to give me a call, send me an email, and I'm happy to talk about your situation and what I can do to help you buy or sell a home. And also down there is a couple of links to my most recent buyer and seller guides, which I think are really great resources for you to check out. Lots of good information about there if you're looking to buy or sell a home. So be sure to click on those and check those out. So as always, I really appreciate you watching and tuning in. So hope you have a great day and week ahead, and we will see you on the next update.